Good morning, everybody. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Looks like everything should be set up and good to go. We'll give people a minute or two, see if people want to show up here. Spent basically all weekend playing the Street Fighter 6 open beta. That was a lot of fun. So if anyone else did, certainly happy to talk about it a little bit. Looks like while I was gone over the weekend, we had 1, 2, 3 new followers. So that's very exciting. We're almost to our first goal. I think when I get to 25 here, we're going to start trying to figure out, flesh out the Twitch page a little bit more. Sort of prepare for the push to affiliate, where we can do a bunch of fun stuff like polls, channel points, that sort of stuff. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get Disco started up here. As a reminder, so I asked someone who had already played the game. I told her where I was at, and she's like, yeah, you're basically done. So the plan here is to finish up today, and then looking at the poll that I have down below, basically the only extension that's live on the channel, which you should be able to see. Currently in the lead is Ori and the Will-o'-the-Wisps. I have not voted, and I find that any vote I make will just cause problems like ties. So I think we're going to stick with Ori when Disco is done. It'll be a significant change of pace. It'll be a bit more fast-paced, a lot less talking from the game. But yeah. Let's... Oh, and I was uploading a bunch of stuff to YouTube for Disco Elysium just for people who want to catch up, because Twitch VODs disappear pretty quickly. And I keep getting distracted because they take forever to upload, so I've got through part 9 up now, and I'll try to get 10 through 13 up this week, and then sort of make sure it's segmented off into its own channel, and then, or not channel, its own playlist, just so I can segment it from the next game we're going to play. Okay. So now onto Disco content itself. We found Ruby. We figured out that she's not the killer, which kind of threw all of our plans into disarray, but of course we must needs follow the truth. So we went back to try to talk to Class A. She was missing. She had pieced out, completely disappeared, took all her stuff. So we reevaluated the crime scene where the shot came through, and we figured out... Okay, so it's already gone here, actually. So if we look at the window... Okay, yeah, so this is what we did. And basically we found that we had used our visual calculus here to establish that there were 4 possible shot locations, and we eliminated 3 of them, leaving a fairly unlikely 21, 22, 23% one out here on the island, which happened to be correct. This is our shooter here. We're pretty sure he hasn't actually officially confessed, but he's roundabout done so several times. And basically he said that he's carrying on a grudge from the war. That's sort of been the background of our investigation as we're running around Martinez here. So it seems almost like all of the things we dealt with so far, like the different personal connections and the drama that they all had together, was just completely irrelevant, and this was just the past coming back to cause more problems. So let's talk to him again. Oh.
The old man stares at the reeds.
Right, the last thing that happened was the phasmid was real. Right. this cryptid that we did not believe was real showed itself to us, and we had a whole conversation with it, and we figured out that it secretes a chemical that slowly caused this man to degrade, which is sort of a defense mechanism for the phasmid. We got a nice picture of it, and then it left. That was wild. Okay, so all we have left to do is extract a motive and the return. So why did he do it? We think we know.
The old man stares at the reeds. His face shows no emotion. He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you should.
Right, and so there's been things we've been looking for a long, long time, like the murder weapon, which we believe this guy had. We were looking for Class A's passport, and that was being protected or collected by the phasmid, along with the ceramic helmet, which was the last piece of the militant's armor sets. So we're going to show him the helmet, so that's more relevant to him. Let's see what he has to say here.
Nothing. Just dull staring. Not even rage left, wherever he is.
Oh, right. So one thing I'd forgotten, the deserter here is going through a bit of withdrawal. He was around the phasmid for so long that when it left, it put this man into a sort of a state of shock.
If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he said he did, Diab would put it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dross could have picked it up. Or the phasmid even. If it did, this is incredible.
I agree, Kim. This is absolutely incredible. I think the phasmid picked it up because it was literally found in the trap where the phasmid was like lording over. So this is less for the dessert and more for Kim. I'm going to show him the passport.
No reaction. His breathing is slow, and he appears very old all of a sudden. Around 80.
So for reference, he looked in his 60s just a couple minutes ago.
This is an old man, at last. No longer a tin soldier, but the broken down remains of a man.
Did you take this passport and other papers from the boy on the coast?
The spirit.
Okay, yeah, probably talking about the cryptid.
He hears us. The spirit?
No reply. He's gone again.
Try something else? We got him back for a moment.
Let's try the scope again.
I lost.
You lost it?
He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times. Beige and white stripes.
So this is the scope that we sort of need to establish viability for saying that this place is where the shot came from, because the whirling regs is so far away. He would have needed a scope to make the shot reliably.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. With the help of a magpie phasmid. This sight is a T9, Mr. Dross. Was it attached to the rifle when you made the shot?
Silence. Not even a sigh.
Okay, we're going to let him
The
rest.
plastic cape flaps around his face in a gust of wind. His back is slouched and his mouth open. The strength has all gone out of him. Just frail old bones in a sack of tracksuit trousers and a windbreaker.
Alright, hang tight. Alright, I think we established that Kim's going to stay here with him. I'm going to go back to the mainland. But we might just be leaving him here because he's basically useless right now. So let's head on back to the mainland here. So much happened last episode, by the way. If anyone does have any questions about what we did, because there was so much. It was so, we took a nap on that couch and introduced ourselves to an hour of personal horror. And then we talked to the guy in the back for probably an hour and a half. And a lot of story stuff all, of course, came to a head at the same time. So again, if anyone has any questions, we can go back over it. Or if anyone was watching the VODs of this, just look at episode 13. Alright.
The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock.
Let's go to the mainland.
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet. But for the sound of conversation on the water, There is someone inland waiting for you. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Is it Lena and her husband? Or is it the woman whose boat we borrowed?
Look what the tide brought in.
Oh. Are these the... Jean Vicquemar? Why do I know this name?
I want to call you a teapot, but I'm honestly kind of impressed. No idea where you got all that gear, but there's no doubt in my mind that some bad people are looking for it. Also, you look like a fucking idiot.
Why? Because I'm wearing military-grade ceramic armor and a Dick Tracy hat and a big 1920s long coat?
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen.
Right.
This is the man with sunglasses from the Whirling in Rags. But where are his sunglasses?
The armor? No one else seems bothered.
Oh, really? They don't seem bothered by it. That's because you're a cop in an exoskeleton.
That's right, I'm a cop in a goddamn exoskeleton.
Actually, are you? Are you still a cop? There's so much disco going on, it's hard to tell.
That's just some hypnotic dance music. It's fine. It's what I do on my time off.
Vic, calm down.
Wait, you're the man with the sunglasses. For reference, there's about a 20% chance that these people are part of a cartel that we may also be a part of.
That's right. And you're some kind of murder machine.
Just only a couple people. Forget about all this. There's a giant...
We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
Who are you people?
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstam. I believe we've met on several occasions.
Have we?
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean Vicquemar. And this is your special task force. Or what's left of it.
Oh, okay.
Special Consultant Trent Heilerstam. Patrol Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
Hi, Judith. Sorry, I forgot.
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
I'm doing just fine, thank you.
Lieutenant Kim Kisuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us.
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your actions.
We might need your help with something later. But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
Oh. So we certainly wouldn't have solved the case without Kim. But I don't like this whole let's destroy them thing. Maybe we should though, because they're being real mean to us here and very dismissive. Yeah. Kim, you're with me now.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
She says warmly, flashing the lieutenant the tiniest of smiles.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to befall you.
What's this about?
Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
Look, everyone, I'm not crazy. I'm not that crazy anyways.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
Oh, I hope you're not calling me shit, kid.
Shit, kid. What an interesting moniker.
Okay, duped again. No one's who they say they are. You mentioned a task force. You've been there all this time. You aren't the man with sunglasses at all. You're not even blonde.
Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true. And it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on.
Okay, losing your memory doesn't mean you're insane. It just means you lost your memory and you can get it back.
He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was.
Actually, I suspected something was off.
Did you? Or did you literally not recognize my face? We've been partners for how long, Harry? Don't answer that. You don't remember.
But I remember how to be a good cop.
Absolutely no idea. 100 years?
Okay, Encyclopedia, probably not 100 years. We are not that old. You never told me you're not the... Well, okay, we know this. You mentioned a task force?
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Refresh my memory. Who else is in this unit?
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Tron fucking Idlestown, and Guillaume Baby.
Guillaume.
I'm technically just a civilian advisor.
It's like, please, I would like to stay out of this very much.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
Yeah, who's Guillaume Bevy?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit.
Well, clearly he was wrong because we found the murderer.
Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Tron because I'm forcing him to stay.
Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde and partial to sunglasses?
Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde with sunglasses like you were?
See? There. He's getting it. I was impersonating him. Look at me, I'm G. Bevy. It was going to be funny, but then you really did have brain damage. So not so much anymore.
Okay, look, it's only a tiny bit of brain damage. It's completely recoverable. Once I start seeing faces and names from my past, things will start to come back together again. Okay, what does the unit do?
Do? It's a major crimes unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
But we solved the crime.
The 41st isn't...
Because it's what, the 57th? So Trent Heidelstein turns out to be Special Consultant Trent Heidelstein. We're still catching up to the scene here. We've just had our mind blown multiple times, so we're gonna take a second to settle back into reality.
Yes, I'm Trant Heidelstein. I never said I wasn't Trant Heidelstein.
What was up with the kid?
Mikhail? Mikhail's my son.
And the interesting history, or is that just like a side project of yours?
No, I was just interested in the Feld building and the Martinez beachhead. And Mikhail wanted to see Martinez. It was a coincidence.
So what are you special consulting here other than neurology?
What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s. Like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
Well, that seems to all track.
He's here to see if you're insane. He is smart. Let's move on.
No, we're so good. We're gonna do one more. You never told me you're not the horse-faced woman. Yeah, that's what you should say.
Lieutenant, my name is not horse-faced woman. It's Judith Minot. I was assigned to your unit 2 months ago. I thought we were friends.
I'm truly sorry, Officer Minot.
Okay, you're my commanding officer. I really want to respect you. I want us to have a normal relationship.
Oh, honey, I don't know if that's quite possible.
That will never happen, Jude. He's the rudest man on earth. He's the reason why the rest of us have to take sensitivity training. And I hate sensitivity training.
Where have you been all this time?
Where have we been? We've been fucking off as far as I remember.
Doesn't seem like a very good team then.
You told us to fuck off.
Oh.
You said we're cramping your style. You're
Okay.
detective god. Fuck everything. All will burn. Detect or die.
Why didn't you detect or die then?
Oh, you think it was cool you saying that? Aesthetic somehow? You were crying when we got here. Breaking things. You said we were going into the abyss.
Look, my wife left me and I'm still not over it.
None of us wanted to see the abyss. So we fucked off. Like you told us to.
How'd you know I was here, like, right here?
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
I did not fuck over the cafeteria manager. He's doing just fine. Damn you, cafeteria manager! You've betrayed me for the last time! After all, okay, well that Sylvie stuff was all a mistake, all a botch, so we're not going to do that one. I saved his establishment and he still betrays me?
Strange. He didn't mention that. In fact, the establishment didn't look saved at all. There was a giant aerograffito in front of the building. It was on fire.
Yeah, see, it was this junior delinquent. She kind of sucks, but she also gave us a paintbrush, so she's cool in our book.
I don't know. It had shit kid written all over it.
What's a shit? Okay, fine. What's a shit kid?
You. Shit kid? That's you.
Mm-hmm.
Despite all that you've done, the deserter, the Phasmid, the case...
Yeah, we're gonna piss him off. Despite all that I've done?
No. Because of all that you've done.
Huh. Duped again! Why is everyone lying to me?
Duped? Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily.
Gardener, scab leader, this? Turn to Cam. Tell me at least you are who you say you are.
Yes, I'm still Kinkisuragi, still a lieutenant from Precinct 57.
Wonderful. And my now close friend. Okay, none of this is ringing any bells. Makes any sense whatsoever.
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Okay, so yeah, so he's the theoretical scientist, not a practical one, so this is a terrible idea.
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, Isola, Pell, and so on.
Right. Total blank slate.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Damn you, Tran.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
Wait. Okay, no, that one's perfect. Wait, socioeconomically, you think I'm so poor I lost my memory? Well, let's see here. We have drunk, we lost our memory, made it all up, stupid joke, anomaly in the church, millimeter hole in the world, experimental detective, couldn't be any more defense mechanism. Okay, I'm gonna ping off his socioeconomically. You think I'm so poor I lost my memory?
Not when you phrase it like that. But I don't think critical theory. I know everyone thinks this is far-fetched pink academia, but still, I don't think it should be off the table here.
Okay.
What? He lost his memory because of capitalism?
Wouldn't be the first person.
No, not like that. I'm not talking Vrede for school here. But Harry, I asked you, what do you think happened?
Okay, I'm gonna choose the capitalism fucked me beyond our recognition trend is right, but only because the very first thing we got was Mazovian socioeconomics, and we supported it with the suicide of Krasnozov, right? And we're sort of like the leader in communism here, so of course we're gonna take every chance we can to play down capitalism and assault it.
Look at half Boohoo here, victim of the ethanol industrial complex. What are you, an infa-communist now? You think this is a joke? Asking him was a mistake. He's a teenage psycho. I asked you. It's not possible to wipe your own memory with alcohol alone, right? He's either lying or insane.
Truthfully, it's probably a defense mechanism, but I wonder if we can get back to that choice.
But Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out before.
I did?
Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
That mural?
So you don't remember not remembering. Beautiful.
Well, I mean, that makes sense, right?
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
So I'm doing this on purpose?
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here.
Right, like, Martinez is pretty terrible of a place.
Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for it to end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
Maybe I don't want to be in their unit. I'm probably a terrible leader. They probably put me there because I like twice rejected promotion, and that's probably why they put me in the lead. Maybe that was a bit too much for me, like maybe Ratchet theory held true here. I don't know. I'm a super cop though, so I'm ready to lead again.
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the body? Or do we need to get him on a disability pension?
I guess it depends how drunk I am. What now?
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Okay, well I'm not gonna take that bait. I'm just gonna stand there.
Yeah. Just stand there. It's cool.
Really?
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
Okay, that was just the start of this whole disassociation thing. It was a minor setback. It was a sunk cost. Yeah, we'll be honest here. I drove into the ocean when I was drunk.
Ah, so refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of everyone's payslip.
I got 125. That'll help, right?
It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
What I do have is this futuristic armor. I'm not saying I don't have it, but I am proud of my armor.
We're not armor cops. We're cops. People don't know us by our armor. They know us by our badges. You called in and said you lost yours. Have you found it?
Okay, yeah, it's right here.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand.
Oh, come on, really? I have a 50% chance to just, like, look like a friggin' goofball? To grab something out of my pocket? Come on. Alright, fine. And it's a red check that can't be retried, and I can't spend points right now. Although I have so many, I should be doing so. Wait, maybe I can. I can do it right now. Hand-eye coordination. Sure, fine. There we go, much better. And I rolled 12 anyways. Beautiful.
Not today, badge.
Not today. Behold my badge. I'm way too disco to choose option 3 here.
And your gun?
He asks, unimpressed by the piece of plastic in your hand.
As if having your badge and gun are natural states, not achievements.
They are natural states, Frederick.
What is it with all these material objects?
Well, they're sort of like objects of station, right? I upgraded to a rifle. Show him the Triangong 446. That's the murder weapon, by the way. Alright, he has a right to be a little angry. I'm not gonna, like, throw some philosophy in his face. I'm just gonna point out that I do, in fact, have it, and, like, we don't need to track down a missing police gun. So I'll show him my Villiers 9mm.
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
I'm not drunk. I haven't started drinking again.
So you forgot to drink? I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then?
Okay, because I took a shower. Or I don't remember if I ever remembered to take a shower or not. Also, we have been around corpses.
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
Yep. Also, I got shot repeatedly. Let's see here. No idea what you're smelling. I washed death off of me. Although I then did get shot and almost die, so that's not really true. Yeah, I found an actual corpse.
I don't believe you. You're drunk. You let a suspect escape, a certain Classier, because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
Class is not the murderer. She's not a suspect anymore.
We've read the report, Sari. Lieutenant Kitsuragis. We know.
Let's see here. None of it matters. Small detail in a huge case. He let her go as an act of mercy. Got duped. Not taking Runa was the right thing to do. She gave a vital clue that led to the island, and she was not the primary suspect.
Oh well, if she was nice. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, who also escaped. Yeah, Ruby something?
Yeah, well, Ruby was using a experimental, self-made sonic disabling device. So, you know.
Or the fact that you're Everclear's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote.
Look, we're just getting close to Everard, so eventually we can bring him down for his drug crime stuff. That's all. Also, we wanted to stop a war and a bunch of innocent people from getting murdered, which we mostly succeeded at.
Compared to the 6 people who were gunned down, the streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
Yeah, I know.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals.
Yeah, with three civilians died, but we saved dozens.
He did so at considerable risk to his own life. He was shot, not once, but twice. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
I'm still in the cryptid. The firefight is a trivial matter. Well, no, I'm not going to minimize the firefight. 6 people did die. I also solved the case. It's solved. All of it.
Detective, it's better if I do that.
Okay, fine.
It's so much better if he does this. 1,000,000 times better.
Okay. Kim is the voice of reason in our little coterie here.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
He brushes a stray strand of hair out of his eyes and coughs.
You've spent the week with him on this case. What is your take?
Is this our Kim report card? What does he think of us?
The case?
On Lieutenant Yefretor Dubois.
Twice, Yefretor. Thank you, Jean.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week.
That's right.
See?
1 week.
Since she looked at me, 1 week, she said, "I'm sorry."
Then there's the superstardom. He likes to, from time to time, allude to being a superstar law official. At first
Solved
I
a lot of
thought it was
cases.
a joke, but now I'm not so sure. He says disco about 20 times a day.
Okay, I mean, it is the name of the game, and you gotta push it in, right? But this whole superstar law officer thing, that's just what I use to, like, stay sane on the job, which is a new thing I'm trying, and it seems to be working so far.
It's worrying, especially considering his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a Mazovian socio-economist. He wants to liquidate the ruling class, which, again, for a police officer, is a little odd.
It's just a transformative state, Kim. We'll find roles.
You should yell something.
That's not a good idea.
Yes, let's let the big boys talk.
Oh.
Other still, he is also an ultra-liberal hustler who is always on the grind. How he reconciles these 2 points of view, I do not know. But he is vocal about both of them.
Look, I'm complex. I contain multitudes.
And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, and the drugs, of course. Amphetamine, mostly. But despite all this, he is a great detective. One of the best I have seen, in fact.
Thank you, Kim.
He can talk human beings into telling him everything. And he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven.
to the point of annoying Kim, because I do believe at some point that everything is relevant to the case. And for the most part, I was either right or ended up helping in the end.
Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke.
That was important.
Which, by the way, was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart out.
This whole week was a journey of personal development in addition to solving the case, and if I hadn't sung, I don't think I would have done as well on the case.
Yeah, it was what it was.
Yeah, it was good. Brought a little tear to my eye.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a revolutionary brigade who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
A new species?
Yep.
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid.
Dang. Yes, we are.
He takes out the photo of the phasmid and shows it to the officers across the yard. The wind blows, flapping the glossy rectangle in his hand.
Oh, do not let go of that, Kim. Do not lose that.
You hear gasps beneath the howling of the wind.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
So as you can see, I'm a pretty okay detective and an absolutely giant communist.
Fucking hell. Is this somehow connected to the case?
He ignores you, still staring at the phasmids. He now can get away with nonsense like that because he's been distracted by something.
Detective?
Yes, I believe the pheromone it emits may be responsible for the killer's mental degradation.
The old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
So it is connected.
Yep.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it.
Yes, it really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
Yep. His tired eyes follow the photo as the lieutenant puts it away.
Now you make your case.
Oh.
Now is the time. Now or never.
Alright, let's see here. Arson started a nightclub in the church. Phasmid was female. The killer, Lilianovic Dross. We have a strong motive. Previous head of the Debarde Union was assassinated by our killer. And also fixed the strike. Dead man. Oh, so if we can only pick one, I think this is the one that's going to be most important to him. That we solved also the Debarde Union assassination.
This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open. In Martinez, where Evrard and Edgar Clare have ears everywhere.
The lieutenant lowers his voice just a little.
And eyes, too. Your return from the island must not have gone unnoticed.
True.
Understood, of course.
I would prefer not to partake in anything union-related, for political neutrality.
Damn libertarians.
This has to be good stuff for him to backpedal out of it at first mention.
Okay, so it looks like we do a couple, so we're just gonna boast here about the last 13 episodes of nonsense that we did. All right. I also started a nightclub in the church. I mean, I didn't really start it, but like, it helped set it up.
What was that? It sounded like you set up a nightclub in the church.
Yeah, I did some kids a solid, turned their life around, got them away from drug trafficking.
4 kids were living in a tent on the ice. They were going to drown when it melted. It's not optimal, but the building was abandoned, so he put them in there. It's okay.
It's not that okay. Get off this subject now.
All right, suggestion, I hear ya. The phasmid was female, the reeds are its nest.
Female? What makes you think so?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female. And the nesting behavior too, I think.
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
I think it reproduces by parthenogenesis.
As in cloning itself? What makes you think so?
Told me.
Interesting. Then it is especially vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the entire species. We're probably talking conservation efforts here.
Yeah, except the disease is us and our thoughts.
In his mind, he's already planning a nature reserve and knows a good guy for that.
It was sort of nesting and it gathered items in its nest, a helmet, a scope, and a passport.
Actually, this would indicate it was a male.
Really?
This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They are for attracting mates.
Hey, look at all this stuff I got. You want to come over?
Bowers are built by males of the species who can't afford colorful mating displays physically. This one was plain colored.
All right, could have been male.
Must be robust if it can move a helmet with its limbs.
Trails off, lost in thought.
It could maybe roll it, like a dung beetle.
Ooh. It had mandibles that looked like hair and it was completely white on the inside.
Yes, but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Yeah, after the stream was over, I went back and looked at the VOD to see if I could notice it earlier, and, like, maybe slightly there was one reed that looked different than the rest of them, but certainly something never something I would have noticed.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Carp discovers new species. Maybe even discovers the Insulindian phasmid. No, that's too much.
That's perfect. That's a great headline.
This would really help with some of the problems we've been having.
Okay.
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This says science, news, human interest. It's a really good thing you have that photo.
Mm-hmm.
Without it,
Yeah, it'd just be nonsense drunk talk.
You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment, but still.
Yep, we have a motive for Lilianovich Dross.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym.
Matronym?
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead.
Oh, neat.
This man's mother was Lilian. His Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
We do.
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
He wasn't quite sure about the straggler before he heard this detail. It must have convinced him.
He killed him in an act of rage induced by the phasmid semiochemicals.
Possibly induced.
Yeah.
But even without that, these men spent 50 years on the islands in the bay, in solitude, loathing what Revachol has become. There's plenty for prosecution to pick from in terms of motive.
Yeah.
Also, we have a sniper's nest with full view of the room in which the mercenary died, right on the island, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's way more than that.
It's a perfect folding mechanism, like the phasmid. It's way more than that. It'll win me Dora back. Oh, buddy, no, it's not going to. It's not going to win her back for you. No. It's my masterpiece. They'll teach this in cop school. I did all I could. Every second was a struggle. Kind of true. Still not completely satisfied with it. It could be a little neater. I don't see how. I think this wrapped up very nicely. It was a little out of left field, but it totally makes... Well, okay. I will say it doesn't totally make sense because it feels like it came out of left field, but in terms of like an action embedded in the world history that we've like discovered over the past 40-ish hours of gameplay, it makes perfect sense. So it's more than that, a perfect folding mechanism like the phasmid.
Perfect folding mechanism. Get over yourself, Harry. I can still smell the booze on the wind.
No, there's 3 guys down here who are perpetual drunkards, and they have great stories, and they sell cheap booze. No, they're literally just south and a little to the west of you. It's them. That's what you're hearing or smelling.
God damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It is there. Like in your bones or something.
Oh, well, okay then.
It will pass in time.
I fixed the strike.
How? It seems to be ongoing. I see red banners on the gates.
He didn't quite solve it. He cross-pollinated information between the company rep and Everard, until the rep came to see that the Union desires war, at which point Mrs. Messier decided to...
Leave.
What? Hand clear the terminal.
I just told people some things. No big deal. Things are calmer now. Or, ooh, yeah. Since I'm a super cop, I masterminded a solution to an unsolvable problem.
Sounds like you got played, Harry. Because you were off your tits on Al Ghul.
Hey, how do you know about Al Ghul?
It doesn't matter how I know about Al Ghul. What matters is, you're Everard Clare's peony now. Just as I said. He's a mob boss, did you know? Is that why you want us to investigate the assassination of the previous Union head thing? To get off Everard's hook?
Look, we're gonna leave Martinez. I'm not gonna have anything more to do Everard.
No, it's nothing like that. He was reckless with information, but ethical. We don't owe anyone anything. This allowed us to stabilize things in Martinez.
If I could fist bump Kim, I would.
God, calm down, Jean.
Silence. Good. The man doesn't know what to say.
Oh, we backpedaling them? There was also a dead man on the boardwalk, a missing person I found.
Yes, yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
How'd you know?
The body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
Although we did go tell her ourselves.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Yeah.
Still, good work with the missing person, detective.
Okay. So, normally, at the beginning of the run, I was maybe a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, but did not believe in any of the supernatural woo-woo that the game was trying to throw at me. But then, a Shivers check is what ultimately led us to finding Ruby, which then led us to the actual murderer. So, I think we've got a little more appreciation for it now, and I think we kind of believe in this doomed commercial area a bit.
I don't know what a doomed commercial area is.
Oh, yeah. Rue de Saint Ghislaine 10, a commercial building where all businesses go bankrupt. I looked into it.
Why? That's not what you were supposed to do here.
Yeah, but I'm a man of the people, Jean.
There was a fridge we needed and a possible witness. He was just chasing a lead and ended up advising a local shopkeeper. It was okay.
Right, yeah, because we needed the fridge to store the body of the militant so we could investigate it at our leisure.
Of course. Call it community outreach, right?
Right? What's wrong with a little community outreach? That's what they want to do, right?
Dodged the bullet there. For a moment, it seemed like you were just wasting time.
No, of course we weren't wasting time. We were doing side quests. So what do you say? You want to take this hot shit back? Pointing to yourself.
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder.
Yep.
So I have to. Jude.
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Wait, I have a few questions about who I am.
The man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Am I a dirty cop working for La Puta Madre?
No.
Okay.
Talks concluded.
What kind of station is Precinct 41?
Us? We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us.
Well, maybe this'll help.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You're just understaffed. And everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
He tilts his head northward.
Get back to it. We left Torson and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
Did we recently shoot up a church by any chance?
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press.
Never is.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
What happened?
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
It will. Torson and McLean?
Mac the Torso Torson and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing. Believe me. Things are shaky as it is.
Alright.
They are damn iconic though, Torson and McLean.
An iconic duo?
Yeah, not like us. Two clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We are garbage.
We're not garbage. We solved the case and found a new species and helped some kids and possibly helped forestall a curse. It's great. It's the Sea Wing.
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clock punchers. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake.
No, it wasn't supposed to have worked out.
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only me. Other losers too.
And prices?
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RCM.
So he's a little neppy baby, alright.
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force.
Also that.
You're lucky.
So I work in the bloody murder station?
Okay. It's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there. Hard. Every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershaw. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
I do want to tell Lena about the Phasmid. That will make her life.
Who is Lena?
Cryptozoologist. She lives in Jamrock, and she told me about the Phasmid. Without her and her husband, we never would have found it.
Well, good luck finding her once we get back.
Look, her name's Lena. Her husband's Morale. You're telling me the police can't find them?
She and her husband were conducting the search for the Phasmid. It's their discovery, in part. I'm sure we'll find them. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change.
Watch out, or she'll faint.
We'll tell her to sit down first. Okay, so who am I, really?
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
What?
Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but...
But before?
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
Perhaps I was a guerrilla soldier / gym teacher?
No, a regular one.
That does explain some things.
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair.
The collection of fun sportswear I've amassed.
The fact that you don't seem to know what homosexuality is, and your moves on the church floor, which honestly were just jump aerobics.
No, that was a good shuffle step. It was actually pretty good. Thank you.
And this guy, too.
Mm-hmm.
God, even this javelin throwing freak here.
Why'd I join the RCM?
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
Oh, so it was her suggestion that I do something that ultimately made her leave me.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries, and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope.
When was this?
In your 20s or late 20s. You've really let yourself go since then.
I'm getting better. You said in Coron, I was a gym teacher there?
Yes, you taught gym in Coron. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
I think they call it PE now.
The smell of sweat and glue. The worn floorboards. Coron is just east of Jamrock. It was a short walk every morning to the baseball field or the sports building.
High school. Harry, your goings-on with Kuno, Andre, Acel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
That makes sense. Give me just 1 second. I want to check something here. Okay, so that's disabled, that's disabled, that's disabled, that's disabled. That's off, that's off. Okay, cool. Okay, I see now. Let's conclude.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
Former gym teacher. Okay, why am I like this?
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
That tracks.
You really went with it too. Really maximized the damage.
I really did. That was an hour of my life that I'm not sure I'll ever really forget. Was she called Dora Dubois?
Dubois? It was Dora Engelund, I think. You've said her name, but you weren't married. You were engaged.
Oh. So we weren't even married?
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
When?
God, I don't know. 6 years ago, she was way before my time.
So you haven't even been my partner that long.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you?
It did completely destroy us emotionally and mentally. 6 years not that long.
Yeah, you're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing, I think. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora Engelund really tore you a new one. A big one.
They tend to do that. Who was she?
Incredibly bangable.
Okay, dude. No, I mean, what'd she do?
She was incredibly fuckable. A beautiful bourgeois woman. Wayfish. Like a Welkin, basically.
Like a Welkin.
Snow Welkin. Blonde Welkin. Pain Welkin.
Ew.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you
Okay.
never recuperated from.
Excuse me. The only thing I remembered of her was a note that I had, and that has no beauty attached to it at all, except like emotional.
Look, the sun is about to go down. It's time to go home.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink. Egg and the chicken kind of thing. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that.
In other words, he's heard enough about this.
Okay. Kitragi, what you gonna do now?
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
About coming to be my partner at the precinct?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war.
Oh, okay.
Something is happening to Revachol.
He pulls up his collar and looks around. The cold spring light reflects in the lenses of his glasses.
I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
Well, I've already started to infiltrate. Everett thinks I'm his lackey. Oh, here we go. Kim, you want to join us? You want to do it at Station 41?
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of 2 captains with my doom-mongering.
Yeah, no, I mean investigate. Come work in Precinct 41.
Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
Please, Kim, I would not have solved this murder without you. I mean, maybe, but probably not.
This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one, but he's at a loss.
Aw, Kim.
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
Will be. He turns very serious all of a sudden.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
Never ending.
I do like the sound of that.
Hey, we just got the achievement. Recruit Detective Kim Kitsuragi. That one feels good. I like that.
He's really considering it.
Good. All right, I'm ready.
Good.
Fuck it, let's go. Tron brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
Easy peasy.
Under the afternoon sky, the great district hums. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls, and chimney stacks. Fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Precinct 41, to Boogie Street, forking into the snow-swept horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time. Torsen? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Yes. Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Potomley Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in his office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll side with the people. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minnow? Of course.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
End. Oh. Aw. Aw, isn't that nice? Helping each other out. Alright, that has been Disco Elysium. I have to say, I was not quite sure what I expected when I started streaming this. This is the first game that I streamed. It was pleasantly surprising. I've talked about this a couple of times, but I really appreciate the way that all of the strange little sign content that you did that was totally unnecessary to the main plot gave you bonuses to other roles that would just give you more plot most of the time. I thought that was a really nice way to keep things rolling. And I would, it was weird because like I don't know that I would have particularly enjoyed playing this game by myself, like on my own. Or like people to talk to and interact with in chat, and doing it as sort of like an entertaining, presenting kind of way. I think it took like a different life on, and it was quite fun. So let's see, it's only 9. That took an hour. We got 3 hours left. We'll let the credits finish playing here. I think we're gonna be that kind of channel. And we should probably look at what we're going to do next. So this is the first time that I'll be changing the stream information server, and do please bear with me a little bit. Okay, we have our poll came down on Ori and Will of the Wisps. That's going to be what we're playing next. And then we'll probably just do Nier Automata afterwards. I'm interested to try Ori because it is going to be a lot less in-game dialogue. It's going to be a little more action-oriented. And I want to see how that sort of plays for me. So... What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to end the stream and restart it just for better chapter stuff. So I will be right back, or after the credits end, of course. Yeah, look at this. So Mike Goodman did the brain, the necktie, the Roy, spinal cord, strikebreaker, tear, drunk, limbic system. Like, these people put in a lot of work. Julian Champenois was Kim. I really liked his voice acting. Actually, everyone was pretty good in this. Given that it was like a heavy story-based game, it kind of really should have been, so it seems like they spent their money in the right places. Ooh, sorry about that. I really need to figure out what's going on there. I used to be able to toggle out in and out of Disco Elysium just fine, but starting last week, whenever I click on a window outside of Disco's full screen and then come back, it does that weird jittery thing for a second. And sort of ruins our very cool music we have going on here. They're overlaid on top of each other like that. So I'm trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to transition to the next game, since it's, you know, first time for everything, right? I feel a little bad that Rocky's not here. He's caught most of the streams. He's going to come back and be like, wait, what happened? So many localizations. And hey, yep, we are 3 followers away from our sort of midterm goal here. Hopefully we can hit that sometime soon, although I am going to be gone for 2 weeks. I've been trying to mention the last couple of streams, but I will say it again now, and on Thursday. This coming Thursday will be the last stream for at least 3, if not 4 streams. I'm going away with my dad on a bit of a hiking trip, and I will return either Thursday the 8th or Tuesday the 13th. If I return on Thursday the 8th, I may not play the mainline game just so people don't miss it accidentally. So I'm not quite sure what we'll do, but we'll figure something out. More than likely, I'm not going to stream because I'm going to be getting back late on the 7th and probably be pretty tired and, you know, unpacking and all that good stuff. So probably better just to say the 13th, and then if I do get a wild hair and do something on the 8th, it'll be just be like chill. Maybe we'll do something like not ITG for a little bit, or maybe explore a little bit of some different choices in Disco. Maybe see what would have happened if we'd done things a little differently. I'm going to leave you all with the rest of these credits for a minute, and I'm going to step away for just one moment. Be right back. All right. Doesn't look like there's anything post credits. Let's see if we try to continue what happens. It just puts us back at the start of the save. Okay. Cool. So there's no other checks to make, no other things to do. Okay. We are done. Let's go Elysium. Just see what happens here. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream and then refire it back up for Ori. So please give me about 2-3 minutes. Don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back.